So, Jeff, what are we looking for?
Ray, we're in Medford, Massachusetts, on High Street, looking for an historic marker.
Oh, what legend was born here on High Street?
A musical one. Oh, look, here it is. Check this out. Right here, the song Jingle Bells was allegedly written.
Well, that's one of my favorite Christmas carols.
Well, here's the thing. This song isn't a Christmas carol at all. In fact, it's a song about a booty call. I'm Jeff Belanger.
And I'm Ray Auger, and welcome to the 2017 New England Legends Podcast Holiday Musical Spectacular. Okay, wait a minute. Jingle Bells is not a Christmas carol?
Nope. Read the lyrics. Go ahead. Christmas isn't mentioned once.
All right. I guess you're right. No mention of Christmas. But booty call?
All right, I'll get back to that in a minute. But first, I have a musical question for you.
All right, Jeff, shoot.
What's your favorite all-time Meatloaf song?
Oh, all right, well, it's going to be cliche, but I'm going with Paradise by the Dashboard Light. I mean, what red-blooded American kid doesn't remember dating in high school and parking with a girl for the first time?
That song is a classic, truly a song for its time. And an interesting side note on that, you know in the middle of the tune when the voice of New York Yankees Hall of Famer Phil Rizzuto comes in to call the play-by-play?
Of course. That's one of the best parts of the songs.
When I was in college, we had a baseball conference where Phil Rizzuto was being honored for joining the Baseball Hall of Fame. I got my grandfather press credentials because he was a professional umpire way back in the day, and he had a photo of himself with Phil Rizzuto and Connie Mack.
Oh, Connie Mack. He's from my hometown of East Brookfield, Mass.
And my grandfather was from nearby Southbridge, Mass., so at this event in college, we got the chance to talk to Phil for a couple of minutes.
You met the scooter?
We did. And one question we asked him was about the Meatloaf song, Paradise by the Dashboard Light. He said some people approached him about doing this baseball announcing for a song they had. And he said, sure. He starts to read the script, and he said he thought it was strange how someone would barely get to second base, and then he goes to steal third base, and then he's going to press his luck and try to steal home? I mean, what player does that? And then he says, holy cow, I figured out what they were talking about.
Well, music is the ultimate metaphor for sex, isn't it?
It's so true. And it was also true more than a century and a half ago when it comes to the song Jingle Bells.
I think it's fair to say that Jingle Bells might be in the top 3 most famous melodies in America. I'm talking all time. Maybe only Happy Birthday or Mary Had a Little Lamb could be known better. Okay, let's set the stage.
I think a good place to start is this plaque on High Street in Medford. It's a plaque you could walk right by if you don't look down at your ankles underneath an optician's office plate glass window. Go ahead and give it a read.
All right, it says, Jingle Bells composed here. On this site stood the Simpson Tavern, where in 1850 James Pierpont wrote the song Jingle Bells in the presence of Mrs. Otis Waterman, who later verified that the song was written here. Pierpont had the song copyrighted in 1857 while living in Georgia. Jingle Bells tells of a sleigh ride held on Salem Street in the early 1800s.
Okay, the funny thing about this song is there's some controversy with it. Though Pierpont was born and raised in the Boston area, he later moved to Savannah, Georgia, where he was the music director of a Unitarian church. In the South, he wrote other songs as well, but they were mostly fight songs supporting the Confederate cause. Songs like Strike for the South and We Conquer or Die.
And those ain't Christmas songs.
No, they're not.
So what happened in this tavern?
Here's where the controversy comes in. Savannah, Georgia also claims Pierpont wrote the song there.
Right, because when I think of sleigh rides in the snow, I think of Savannah, Georgia, of course.
Yeah, I get it. And I don't think anyone who's arguing that sleigh rides in Medford and Boston inspired the song. But trying to pin down where it was written became a project for Kina Hamill from the CFA School of Theater at Boston University. Hamill also volunteers at the Medford Historical Society, and she spent several years trying to track down what's true and not true about the information on this plaque.
Well, it's difficult to argue with words printed in bronze and attached to stone on a busy city street.
That's very true, but Hamill got to work and published her findings this past September in a piece called The Story I Must Tell. I emailed with her earlier this week, and she sent me the paper she wrote. Her findings indicate that in 1850, Pierpont was in San Francisco and Northern California, so it's unlikely he wrote the song at a tavern in Medford. Ray, you're a musician. You've written songs. I'm sure sometimes you sit down in one place and knock out an entire tune.
Yeah, but realistically, a song is written in many different places. You get an idea while jamming, a line comes to you in the shower, you figure a melody out while driving your car one day, you write and rewrite in some studio, and it's pretty rare that you write the whole thing in one sitting.
And that's what Kina Hamill figures as well. Her best guess is that the song was written in Boston.
Okay, still New England.
Yes, indeed. And what she's determined is that the first public performance of the song was Boston's Ordway Hall on September 15th, 1857, by minstrel singer Johnny Pell.
New England again. Take that, Savannah.
While all of this is interesting backstory, it clouds the legend that James Pierpont wandered into Simpson's Tavern on High Street to work out Jingle Bells. I'm more interested in what the actual song is about. I'm here to tell you that this may be the original Paradise by the Dashboard Light. To do this right, we're going to need some help, though.
All right, I'm calling my friend Kelley. She's a musician. I've worked with her before. Hey, Kel. Yeah, it's Ray. Can Jeff and I come over and record Jingle Bells with you? Awesome, thank you. Hi, Kel.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Well, I was wondering if you'd help us break down this non-Christmas booty call song. Any idea that this was a scandalous song?
I had no idea, but I'm anxious to hear about it.
All right, Kel, could you please get us started?
All right, these are the original lyrics to the song One Horse Open Sleigh, published in 1857 by James Pierpont. The first verse is pretty straightforward. Go ahead, Ray.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh.
Okay, well, this tells us it's a sleigh without a cover, being dragged by a single horse through the snow.
All right. O'er the hills we go, laughing all the way.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright.
Okay, this is important. The horse's tail has a bob cut, so it's not on the faces of the passengers, and bells are placed on the tail so it jingles. And this is an alert, so people walking by and nearby hear that a horse is coming, because this is dangerous stuff. These guys travel fast and silently. Now, as for spirits being bright, spirits, of course, is another word for alcohol, and it's cold outside.
And some alcohol would warm you up, wouldn't it?
Well, that it would. But this song really is something that I think we hear over and over again, and it's important that we understand it.
Jingle bells,
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Okay.
All right. The first verse and chorus seem innocent enough.
It is. Mostly innocent, except for a few nips of booze, but it's the second verse where the story turns naughty.
All right, here we go. A day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride, and soon Miss Fanny Bright was seated by my side.
Now there's a girl.
Right, Miss Fanny Bright, she is hot.
Damn right she is, and I can't believe she got into a sleigh with a guy like James Pierpont.
Well, I heard he was very charming.
This is the first naughty part of the song, because in 1850, this was not a time for single men and women to be together without some kind of chaperone. Yet here these two are riding alone, out into the woods, away from watchful eyes, no doubt imbibing in alcohol to keep warm as well. But the next part of the verse is where we really have to watch out. Go ahead, Ray.
All right, the horse was lean and lank. Misfortune seemed his lot. He got into a drifted bank, and we got upsot.
Okay, this is where the song turns downright scandalous.
Well, how is that scandalous?
This part of the verse describes how the horse maybe dragged them into a snowbank.
All right, I get that.
And this is where we need to pick apart the meaning of the word upsot. It's an Old English word that we really don't use anymore. First, the literal meaning is like turning something over, capsize. But it's also an old-fashioned slang word for being intoxicated.
Like how today we would say wasted or drunk.
Exactly. It's believed Pierpont wrote this as a bit of a double entendre. An unescorted couple are out on a sleigh in the woods, maybe had a few spirits.
Spirits mentioned in the first verse.
You're getting it. And the question now is the sleigh upsot or turned over? Or perhaps this slightly intoxicated couple are now capsized by the snowdrift, if you know what I mean.
That is scandalous. I guess Meatloaf wrote it a different way in 1976.
Really, the only place to go after this, I think, is the chorus.
All right, here we go. You ready?
Ready.
Let's do it.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Okay, the third verse is often left out of the modern versions of the song.
A day or two ago, the story I must tell.
If we look at the second verse, we're still talking about the same time frame, an event with Miss Fanny Bright.
I went out on the snow, and on my back I fell.
At this point, our boy is drunk.
Drunk on love or spirits, Jeff?
I'm guessing both.
All right. A gent was riding by in a one-horse open sleigh. He laughed as there I sprawled lie, but quickly drove away.
So our boy and Fanny Bright are busted in the act. As our storyteller falls to the snow, the gent passing by gives a laugh, probably remembering his own youth, and moves along.
Like the cop who rolls up on you while you're parking with a girl but decides to leave you be.
Just like that.
All right, ready to do it?
Ready.
Let's do it. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what joy it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Okay, this last verse sums it all up. We have advice to offer other dudes who also want to find paradise by the dashboard light.
Or in this case, paradise by the horse's butt.
It doesn't have the same ring to it, does it?
No, it doesn't. All right, now the ground is white. Go it while you're young. Take the girls tonight and sing this sleighing song.
This doesn't need much explanation. Pierpont is saying, follow my lead, boys. This has worked before.
Just get a bobtailed bay, 240 as his speed. Hitch him to an open sleigh, and crack, you'll take the lead.
A bay is a horse with reddish-brown color and a black mane and tail. 240 as his speed means 1 mile in 2 minutes and 40 seconds, which is 22.5 miles per hour as a trot. Hitch him to an open sleigh, and boom, you and your lady friend are off to the elusive land of privacy.
And who would suspect you'd be up to do that on a cold winter's day when most people are adding clothes, not taking them off?
Well, when you're young and in love,
Or lust.
you've had a few drinks, I guess you'll do anything.
I think you would do anything. Let's do it.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what joy it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Well, Jeff, I don't think I'll ever hear that song the same way again.
And to be clear, we're not implying in any way, shape, or form that the rock singer Meatloaf ripped off James Pierpont and Jingle Bells, just that the idea of driving off alone with a girl has been thought of before. Ray, why don't you take the last word on this one?
All right, wait. Could it be that James Pierpont from Medford, Massachusetts invented parking? Well, thank you to our friend Kelley on keys and our good friend Jim who produced the segment today. Now, listen, if you want to check out some of the many other New England legends that we cover each week, subscribe to us on iTunes or visit our website at ournewenglandlegends.com. There you can also check out New England Legends television series, which is available on PBS and Amazon Prime.
And help us out by posting a review on iTunes. We appreciate all the feedback, emails, and story ideas so far.
Till next time, remember, the bazaar is closer than you think.